If a woman gets pregnant due to rape, if the pregnancy is 120 days old and above,
what is the punishment for rape? And is it recommended that we forgive the rapist? I'll start from the second part of the question. No, it's not recommended to forgive the rapist. He's an oppressor. He has committed a heinous sin, and forgiveness cannot be recommended unless there is a benefit from it, or that the consequence of it would be positive. If someone is used to abusing his teachers at school, and this happens a lot, and he had beaten one of the teachers, all the family, relatives go to the teacher, oh, he's a kid, he's just a teenage, forgive him. And he knows that if he forgives him, he's going to next week beat another teacher. And he's going to break the windows of a third teacher. This person is not to be forgiven. He has to pay for it. But if it is a mistake from a person who is not known to do mistakes, yes, and it's not as big as this mistake, because rape is not a mistake. It's something that is done, it's premeditated, it has a long process, and it shows the evil in that person. What's the punishment? This is up to the Muslim judge to decide. Technically speaking, if the perpetrator was not married, this is considered to be fornication. Forced fornication is worse than consensual fornication. And if it's forced with life-threatening situations, like under the threat of a weapon or killing, then this becomes closer to hiraba. An execution is due. But if it was not any of those, it was only forced fornication, this is punished as fornication, which is flogging 100 lashes if he's unmarried. And if there are no other circumstances that would increase, the judge can put him, in addition to that, like 5 years in jail, whatever the judge sees. And if it was under the threat of death or killing, it can be execution. If he was married or previously married or widowed or divorced, then the punishment is execution on the spot by stoning. And this is the adulterer's punishment in Islam. So he says that there's a sister who performed Hajj, and after coming from Hajj, now she claims that she has been harassed and somebody touched her inappropriately, and she did not tell her husband, she did not tell anyone. After she came back to Canada, she asks, what should I have done? Well, anyone in such a condition would have shouted and raised their voice and made a scene out of it. Someone gropes you, someone touches you inappropriately, whether you are in haram, whether you're in the masjid, whether you are in the highest court, this is not an excuse. You have to shout, turn back, and scold that person, make a scene out of it so everyone recognizes what he had done. But coming after a day or two, or even an hour, let alone after months, and bringing it up, this has no value, because there's no one to talk about, and there's no way of verifying what had happened. So yes, I would advise anyone who gets harassed like this to make a scene on the spot, shout and call people to help you, and acknowledge who the assailant is.
If a woman gets pregnant due to rape, is it permissible for her to abort the pregnancy? First of all, it is a test and a calamity that a woman, a victim, undergoes. And it's an unfortunate incident. Nevertheless, we have to deal with it in an Islamic fashion, like any other calamity. Scholars and jurors all agree, if the pregnancy is 120 days old and above, this means that the soul has been breathed in and the fetus now is a human being, a living human being. Aborting it without any dispute among scholars is totally prohibited, because it is killing an innocent soul that has no hand in what had happened to his or her mother. So it is totally prohibited to abort. If it is below 4 months of age, meaning that the pregnancy is, which is usually detected, few weeks old, then there is no dispute, inshallah, which is 40 days and less, that it is permissible. What about if it's 2 months old, 3 months old? 3 months old means it's 90 days. Again, due to the circumstances that the child would be born in, the difficulties it would face, we would say that this is permissible, insha'Allah. The issue is, once the soul is breathed in, at the approximity of 120 days, this becomes prohibited, because it would be killing an innocent soul, and Allah knows best.